Hello everyone. In this session, let's understand modules in Python. Module is a Python file which contains functions, variables and or classes that can be reused in another Python file. So basically, we can reuse the code we have written in one Python file to other with the help of module. In this case, if you see here, we have created one Python file called module and defined a function. In another file, if we want the same function to be used, we will not redefine it in the other file. Rather, we can call or reuse the same function here in the other file as well. How can we do that? Using module. We can import a particular module which is nothing but a .python file, and then we can use all the functions defined on that Python file. This is basically enhancing the reusability of the code. If you have defined the same function somewhere else, you can easily use the function in your another Python file. That is the benefit of modules. There are few keywords: import, from, as. These are the keywords we have to use while using modules in Python. In our coding session, we will understand all of them with some concrete examples. There are two types of modules. One is built-in modules. Built-in modules are the Python files which has been defined by the actual Python developers, and these files will come with your Python installer. These are maths, calendar, etc. There are a number of built-in modules already present in your Python. What is the benefit? In these math.py, calendar.py files has a number of functions already defined by the Python developer. If we want to use those functions, we have to just import the built-in modules in our Python file and directly use the functions which has been defined into those Python files. Apart from built-in modules, we can create our own modules in Python as well. Here if you see, we are creating a new module which is defined by the user, and we can use the same in another file. So the name of the user defined modules will be same as the file you have defined in your code. What is the syntax? Using import keyword, we can import a module irrespective of it is a built-in module or a user defined module. The process is same. If we do import and the module name, all the functions defined within that module will come into your current file and you can use them directly in your code. However, if we do not need all the functions in our current source code, we can get a specific function from the module as well. How we can write that? From module name, import the function name. In that way, only one single function will come to your source code and you can use it. As a Python based practice, we always have to use the second way of importing the functions from a module. We will avoid importing modules in this way. We will always use this. That's the best practice. Now, after importing the module, how can you access that function? You have to write module.function. For example, if we are importing math module in our code, we can write math.square root, which is a function defined already within math, and we can directly use square root function in our code. This will give you basically the value 2, because square root of 4 is 2. I think you have understood that module enhances the code reusability in Python. Let's go to the PyCharm IDE to see some concrete examples there. In this source code, we will understand modules in Python. Let's start with built-in modules in Python first. As we have told in our theory session, there are couple of Python files already defined by the Python developers for our ease, and we can use them as it is in our source code and access the functions which are already defined by the Python developers. The way we can import a module is using import keyword. And now we are using the square root function from math module directly by using math dot square root. Not only functions, we can use the variables we have defined there. For example, if we want to display the value of pi, we can do so by using math.pr. Apart from importing all the functions from math module, you can import a specific function of math module as well by using this. You can write from module name import function name. If you are importing like this, you cannot use math.square root, rather you can use the function name directly, because this time you have imported only one function from math module. And the best practice in Python coding is to use this way of importing functions from a module. Let's now understand the user defined modules in Python. Here if you see, we have imported sample underscore module in our source code. That means there should be a sample underscore module.py file where we have defined a number of functions. I have created the same file here. Let's go to sample underscore module.py to see what are the functions we have defined there. If you see here, we have two different functions. One is addition, another is subtraction. Both the functions are simply taking two values and performing the arithmetic operation and returning the value. Now we can use these functions what we have defined here in this .python file in our other file. We have imported sample underscore module, which is a user defined module. If we import like this, both the functions we have defined under sample underscore module.py will come in my source code for usage. We can easily use them with the help of this module name dot function name. However, the other way of importing a specific function from a module is this. We can use from sample module import subtraction. In that way, only subtraction function will come here and we can use that function only. In this case, we don't have to write module name dot function name because we already imported the function itself. So we can directly call the function with its name. Using as keyword, we can provide another name to a module or to a function. If you see here, instead of sample underscore module, as it is bigger in size, we can easily rename it as module. And thereafter in my code segment, we will only use module to specify sample underscore module. The way we are renaming a module, we can also rename a function within a module. Instead of addition, we can use add to refer the function addition which is defined under sample underscore module. Let's run this program to validate our understanding. As we have passed 16 under square root function which has been defined within a built-in module math, it is providing us 4 as its result. Not only function, we can even use the variable defined within math module. Now it is printing 3.14 as the value of pi. Under sample underscore module file, we have added two different functions. One is addition, another is subtraction. In addition, we are adding two numbers here. In subtraction, we are subtracting one number from the other. Remember, in this case, we have not redefined these functions in our current Python file. The definition of addition and subtraction is in another file, which is sample underscore module.py file. Using alias, we have used the same functions here. As you can understand here, we have aliased the module name. In the second case, we have aliased the function name defined in the module. Both are giving result 12 because we are adding 10 and 2 here. Let's summarize the session now. Modules is a way in which we can reuse the code we have written in one Python file to the other. There are few important keywords: import, from and as. We have understood when to use these keywords in our Python code. There are two types of modules present in Python. One is built-in, another is user-defined. Built-in modules are defined by the Python developers and it comes along with the Python installer we are installing in our machine. User-defined modules can be developed by a developer and that can be reused in another file. Hence, module enhances the code reusability in Python. Thanks a lot for watching this video.